Alright, there's Blaze. There's my tent, or my hammock. I've been packing up in the rain, got everything packed up under the tarp. All I gotta do is take the tarp down. And since it's let up raining, oops, pack fell over. Oh shit, food bag fell out. Let me get that. I'll tell you, it amazes me every time. 10 minutes. You know, 1 minute I'm laying nice and comfortable and cozy in my hammock, like I'm dreaming about being in a luxury hotel or something, and then 10 minutes later I'm out here in the rain, and that's exactly where I was, right there. All right, let's get going. It's gonna be a wet one today, it looks like. I hope I don't run into too many slippery rocks. It's exactly 10 miles to Duncannon. It's probably gonna be a slow 10 miles, it looks like. I done climbed up and climbed down several hundred feet in elevation, and now it looks like I'm back down here in the bottomlands. It looks as such. Alright, we'll go across there. Okay, looks like it skirts that field all the way up there. It looks like a marker way down there. And then it goes back, probably climbs that doggone mountain. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, that looks like a marker way over there. Then we're gonna climb, okay? Alright, I was wrong. It comes up here, out of that field, and then goes on here. I think we're gonna go by this road up here or something, I don't know. Alright, I have no idea. Popping right out on a pretty busy road there. Like a rural area. Guess they must be going to work. I don't know. It's like something about 7:15. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say we're fixing to climb that ridge and probably go along it. And there's a water source up there somewhere, according to my thing here, my app. About 1.5 miles. So that's what I'm banking on, that water source. Should be a stream. And I'm going to need that to get to Duncannon with. I've been climbing for a while. At least 30 minutes of climbing. I think I'm on the upper part of this now. Yeah, that's pretty cool in here. Alright, just look at the profile. We're going to go 1/2 mile right on the top of this ridge here. Or at least maybe 1/4 mile or so. Then we're going to take a right turn and go down and work across the stream. That's what the topographical maps look like. There. Fell right across the stream. And green too. Whew. Wow. It says there's a view there. Down that path. Look at that. Overgrown path. You think that's a view? Shit. I ain't know. I doubt there's a view down there. My pants were dry. They were dry after getting rained on this morning. And now they're getting soaking wet because all these weeds are wet. Oh my God. I wear the long part of my pants as long as I can stand it, because them no-see-ums, my ankles are raw from no-see-um bites through that 100 days. I had to wear shorts all the time. I had to wear them ankles. And I think it's more so when I'm not even thinking, I'm sitting down, reach down and scratch. Man, they itch. But they're all right now. After doing that 0 day and soaking in that tub, they don't itch as much. All right, that's gas pipeline. Yep, that's what this cut is. All right, back in the woods. 10 o'clock check-in. 10 o'clock check-in. Rocks. And more rocks. I can't even film. I got to put the phone away. And more rocks. It's a rocky place. Right over this building. I don't even know something. Ah. All right, where are we at here? All right, let's jump over there. Yeah, look at the road signs here. That's Cove Mountain Shelter down there. And that's like a quarter mile straight downhill. We ain't going down there, not even for a break. And the water source is another 1/10. They said it's straight down. Clark's Ferry. That's a shelter on the other side of Duncannon. Dollykin Shelter. We already came by there. We stopped there and ate. Matter of fact. All right, let's go. We can't be too far from... I think it's called Hawk Rocks. Yep, no rocks for a couple minutes. Amazing. I know this won't last long, so at least I can film a little bit of footage. It's about probably about 2.5 miles from town, something like that. And we'll be staying at the Dole. Check-in's at 3 o'clock. And the Dole Hotel, I believe, was built like in 1905. And it's a old hotel. It's got shared bathrooms. I've got a reservation. I want to stay there. It's kind of an iconic place. It had new owners. And here's the rocks again. 2022, and they've renovated it. So it'll be, well, we'll see. It's got a restaurant and bar downstairs. So we're on our way. And I had to, and that was an added reason I did a 0 there at the interstate, because the restaurant and bar at the Dole are closed on Mondays. And today is Tuesday. So if I wouldn't have did a 0 back there, then I wouldn't have been able to eat in the restaurant and bar at the Dole. All right, the trail down here is like straight up for 200, probably for 100 yards. But I don't care. I saw it starting to clear and I wanted to come down here. This is called Hawk Rock. And I'm gonna set my pack down. And there. Oh wow. There's Duncannon. That's where I'm heading. It's the town of Duncannon. And I hear the train. Let me cut it off and I'll turn it off. I see the train coming. I'm sitting on Hawk Rock here, outside of Duncannon. And what a view. It just opened up. It was socked in and it just started to clear a little bit. And that's some kind of distribution center down there. We get over here and there's the town of Duncannon. That's the Susquehanna River. I guess that's the bridge I'm going to cross down there, way down there. It's probably going to be the bridge we're going to have to go across the trail. But down here, it's Duncannon. I'm going to be staying in a hotel that was in a building that was built back in 1905. No doubt there was steamships on that river. And that was old hotel there. Wow. All right, shoot, the train's coming through. Let me, here, we get it zoomed in. You're gonna see it on the track here in a minute. All right, should be coming into view. Center of the screen. There it is. Yep, It's the white tanker cars, it looks like. A bunch of white tanker cars. And then there's box cars. Well, I'm going to sit here and watch the train. I didn't film it. I should have took some pictures, but it was just terrifyingly steep rocks going down for a while. Finally, the trail's opened up here, and gotta be getting close. Now here at Choo Choo Train, I tell you, man, there was rocks all the way down to this town. I mean, all the way down that thing. Finally. Look here, a doggone Ford dealership on the Appalachian Trail. I'll just go buy a Ford and go home. Well, I don't think so. I don't want to. If a Chevrolet dealership, they might have been in trouble. I might have said, man, I don't know, they'd have to have something pretty sporty for me to buy. Be worth it. That's the Ford Jeep. Is that a Ford Jeep? Huh. A Ford Bronco with the Sasquatch emblem on it. This is a used one. Look how big them tires are. Wow, I didn't realize the Ford Bronco tires were that tall. Look at them. Thing's got some clearance. Pretty cool little. That's the Sasquatch. Sasquatch. Yeah. Well, look at this one. It was 49, it's only 44. That's all. That's all they want. This one right here, how much they want for? I don't know. It ain't got a price tag on it. That sign right there said 25 miles an hour right there. Got 20. I ain't seen the first car come around here doing 20. They do 30. Watch this car. See if it is doing 25. Shit. Ain't doing every bit of 40. They're right there doing 35. Alright. The AT turns. Goes down that road there. I want to check out the Dole Hotel. That's where I'm staying at. This old building right here. I only paid $50 for the room. It's got a shared bathroom. I'm going to check it out. Well, this is old timey. There's my key. I put that in the lockbox when I'm gone. It's an old hotel here. There's the mountain out there. Probably the same view people were waiting to get on a steamship out here. Same view they had 120 years ago. So we got a shared bathroom, which is right there. So I'm gonna take me a shower right now. It's early and there's nobody else here. I'm gonna take me a shower.
So they can call out. They can. We don't go there anymore.
All right. I'll come back from the bar downstairs. The bar stays open until like 9, 10 o'clock. I think the grill closes at 9. I'm gonna take a walk. It's only about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock now, something like that. I'm not even sure what time it is. Yeah, it's just 6:30. But it's a simple no frills room, you know, for $50. It's got this memory foam mattress. It feels really good on this little bed. No TV, no nothing. Shared bathroom. This little building right here was bought by Adolphus Bush in that right around 1905, and it was initially the National Hotel. They built a hotel here, and the Susquehanna River, as you see out there, that's a shallow river, so there wasn't a bunch of steamboats or nothing. This was a big rail line in those days, and of course it was after the 1880 timber boom. I think this original lot sold like in 1885 when they initially started building on this street here. And Adolphus Bush was the founder of Anheuser-Busch, and he bought two buildings, one in Boiling Springs, and he bought this building here, and he revved this thing up. It's got 4 stories. Now the top, or 3 stories, the top 3 stories is hotel. Then the bottom floor was a big horseshoe bar. Of course, it's not now, it's a smaller bar, and they've got other stuff down there. But it was a big old horseshoe bar, and it was decorated at the time. He was promoting his beer, his Anheuser-Busch beer. And that's the story on this, which is amazing. Now the Bushes sold this in the 30s when Prohibition came out. Prohibition was no good for them, because they didn't deal in illegal booze, of course. That was they sold all their areas at that time during the Prohibition. I think Adolphus Bush died in like 1913, but the Bush family sold this place in the 30s. But it's an interesting history. And just imagine the people that was here then. But kind of an old town. Well, the reason I know all this, I asked the bartender down there. I was talking to him about the history of the place and all this, and he pulled out a book that they had, and so I read the book. It was a big old book. There was 2 floods here that flooded this hotel. One in let me see, let me get it right, the date's right. I think it was in 1925, something like that. In 1972 was another one. This place was that river out there, it floods still, all rivers flood. And this town has got pictures where the entire town all the way to the first floor, this place was just ramsacked, first floor completely flooded. All these buildings, the whole first floor was halfway flooded on all these buildings. This is actually on the AT. I got to go out before I cross the bridge. I walked over there, no electrolytes. So, it's like no powdered electrolytes. I think I've got enough packs. Yeah, I got enough to get to stay at Wadi. It's another 50 miles from here, or 35 miles. Yeah, it's not a problem. I got enough to get there. I'm gonna pick up a couple things there. Yeah, I'm good to go. I looked it over. I think I'm gonna go in here and get the fish and chips. They got served white fish and I think I will go in the restaurant bar and get me some fish and chips. It looked pretty good on the menu. I am hungry again. Alright, before I get fish and chips, there's the old Dole Hotel from the outside there. I'm on the 3rd floor up there, and which is well away from the bar. Doesn't make any noise. Now this is the old train station, and there's supposed to be called the Big Fellow, a train coming called it's an old steam engine train built back in the 1800s, and they've restored it, and it's been going on tour, and thousands of people show up wherever it shows up, and it's supposed to be coming through here at 12:30 tomorrow, so this train station is going to be packed.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit after 9.
Yep.
All right. All right, I'm going to eat breakfast to come down here at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now I hear it's coming through at 9. There's photographers already setting up their equipment, getting dibs on spots to film this thing when it comes through. It's a regional event. People from all over. I just talked to a lady that camped out. They came over here and camped out because the air was coming through. So yeah, Well, I hit this just right. I'm gonna have this on. I have it on video tomorrow. There's the Dole. And I'm in the top floor. It's actually quiet up there on the top floor. Very quiet. That's the first bridge you come across. It's actually a creek. This thing's like surrounded by water.